What's up, what's up, what's up? It's old ass here. You already know the vibes. If you don't, you are about to. Welcome to my channel where the voice of New York City talks about a little bit of this and I talk about a little bit of that. Now, before we get into the tea of the week, you already know we got to get into the songs of the week. So let's get into it. Now, before we get into it, for real, I just want to give a disclaimer because I know for a fact you might see that my hands is real ashy, and all I'm gonna say is it's cold outside and I got eczema. That's it. If you're gonna judge somebody with eczema, then you need to get off of here because I got eczema and I'm proud, all right? You're not gonna shame me for having eczema, period, point blank. Now let's get into the songs of the week. Now going at number one, we're gonna be talking about how Bad Bunny's new album, Debí Tirar Más Fotos, is a classic and will probably take anyone who listens to a place that's nostalgic and familiar. Now, before we even dive into it, I just want to shout out my Theo because, I feel like if he saw me speaking that Spanish, he'd have been real proud. Now, despite Bad Bunny referencing Puerto Rico, when I listen to this and I close my eyes, all I hear is the fire hydrant water running, the kids screaming and yelling, having a good time, and the older adults drunk laughing on the block. Something that most transplants, aka the people that migrate to New York City, wouldn't really know much about. Now next, we got more heat from the rap group 41 and Skilla Baby on their song Split. These people go together like white on rice. Jen Carter set the tone in the beginning of the song and the rest acted accordingly. Shout out to 41, shout out to Skilla Baby because this song is definitely a slide. And our last song consists of nothing but straight bars. We got Half Bake by Draft Day. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. Apple Music definitely put me on the Draft Day. He has other hits like 4x4, Lord Reese, and Close to the Sun. And honestly, this song is one of those songs just to add to the portfolio of back-to-back heat. Shout out to everybody that made it to the Songs of the Week list. Y'all already know I like to keep my list real versatile. But with that being said, let's get into the tea of the week because it's a lot to talk about. Now, for the first topic, we have some breaking news. Wendy Williams speaks out against her conservatorship on The Breakfast Club, and you know I was tuned in at 7 a.m. Wendy and her niece graced the radio world to expose how, despite reports found out to be made by The Guardian, she's not cognitively impaired, she's being taken advantage of, and states she feels like she's in prison. Now, her living situation isn't the same apartment that we knew and she loved. She now lives in a building where her room consists of a small bed, a TV, a bathroom, a chair, and a small window for her to look out of. All of her belongings are in storage, and she has spent the last 3 birthdays by herself. The building has made it extremely hard for her to have visitors. They even gave one of the members of the Breakfast Club, Laura, a hard time despite her being on the phone with Wendy herself. She was approached by security and was asked why she was here, and they had made a claim that they don't have anyone under the name of Wendy Williams living in said building. And unfortunately, this has been the experience for Wendy Williams family members as well. She now struggles to get permission to visit her dad for his 94th birthday. She can't even receive calls. She can call people, but those people cannot call her back. It's to the point where she doesn't even own an iPad. Mind you, my grandmother owns 2. All in all, it's really free Wendy on this side. I don't even play about Wendy. None of the people that make videos sitting in a chair in front of a camera talking about the latest news and hip hop media can sit here and say that they would be here without Wendy Williams, because there's nobody that does what I do, that does what Academics does, that does what Lovely T, Joe Budden, and everybody else does. And none of those people can sit there and say that they're not inspired by one of the greatest to have ever done it. The real voice of New York City, the real voice of hip hop media, the real voice of radio, Wendy Williams. It's very sad and disheartening to hear that this is what she's been going through. Free Wendy, free Wendy, free Wendy. I definitely got to shout out Charlemagne because this was a very good interview. I saw a couple people saying that they felt like he was going to exploit her, but he did nothing of the sort. They let Wendy and her niece get out all of their truths, and I'm not going to lie, they even did a little investigating themselves. So I have to shout them out. They were patient with her, and I may not agree with everything that Charlemagne has ever said. I may not agree with everything that the Breakfast Club has ever done, but one thing about it, two things for sure. When I listened to this interview, I heard people that had nothing but respect for the legend that paved the way for them to do what they do and many others have done today. Wendy's guardianship name is Sabrina Morsi. I would like to get that one out there. I think her name is spelled Sabrina, like Sabrina Ionescu, but she doesn't have as big of a heart as Sabrina Ionescu. But it's Sabrina, like Sabrina Ionescu, and Morsi, like Morrisey. I did a little bit of research early this morning. But that lady to me, she reminds me and I don't know if anybody has seen this show. It's on Paramount and most of it is on Netflix. It's called Evil. There's this doctor in the show called Dr. Block or Dr. Blotch, one of them. And the patients there, they have been trying to expose that lady is evil. So it kind of just reminds me of this situation right here because there are really people that are in this field that are supposed to be helping people, but it's obvious that that is nowhere near the case. Sabrina, Sabrina, when I tell you, we got Free Wendy as the top 5 trending right now. You better get your act right because God don't like ugly. And in the name of Jesus, he will release Wendy Williams from the shackles of your hold. We ain't even gonna do too much. But all I'm gonna say is it's free Wendy till it's backwards. Period. On a brighter note though, Charlemagne asked Wendy Williams about how does she feel hearing all the stuff about Diddy and him going to jail. And Wendy had some very interesting things to say. Let me grab my piece of paper. Wendy said, and I quote, Diddy is going to prison for life. It's about time, and Diddy done. Shout out to Charlemagne. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. And again, shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the legend. Shout out to the greatest to have ever done it, Wendy Williams. Now, for our second topic on the Tea of the Week list, the Unks are fighting. We got Jim Jones versus Mostly Cam and Mace. Now, this will be in synopsis form. I will link all the videos, all the timestamps down below in my bio so you can see how bad it truly got. This all stemmed from a 50 Cent interview on Cam and Mace's show, It Is What It Is, talking about some back in the day stuff with Dipset. Next thing you know, we got Justin LaBoy being Mixie talking about some we never got to hear your side of the story to Jim Jones. And Unknum took all the bait. It was all calm waters until he made the
niggas be on my dick, right? Pause though, get off of my dick. It's only space on there for baby girl, man.
comment. And now a small situation then turned personal. Because Jim Jones definitely had a lot to say, but Cameron definitely had a lot more because he took to his show to respond and he said a lot of things, which were claims that Jim Jones is not from Harlem. Now, I'm just gonna say this. I feel a little, hoodwinked, a little heartbroken at this statement. But then I had to put on my thinking cap because I actually know a couple people that aren't from New York City but grew up in New York City and still jack New York and say that they are New Yorkers. So I'm going to have to go and ask the people and ask them to go into the comment section, whether the comment section is on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform it is. And I want you guys to answer this question. Can someone who wasn't born in New York City or wasn't born in a certain borough jack said borough? I want to hear you guys' opinion in the comment section because I would like to know for myself because I know a couple people, I know a couple people that live in New York City and they call themselves New Yorkers. I'm just saying, like. Back to the topic though, Cam continued to say he didn't have a real problem until he heard the meat rotting comment that Jim Jones had made. He said that Jim Jones was fanned out, how Mace taught him how to rap, and to stop tricking people out their freedom. Listen, all I'm going to say is there's only one person to blame, and that person is Justin LeBoy. We're definitely gonna have to blame Justin LeBoy because he is the mixiest person I've ever seen in my entire life. He is mad mixy for starting a whole beef between two iconic New York City legends. Respectfully. And I don't even mean to quote your show, Justin, but you're mad mixy for that. Cause now you got two of the biggest New York City legends going at it. For what? For what? Got Jim Jones responding in the stew, making music. Like, come on, bro. I can't believe this. You started this whole mess, bro. This is all your fault. And I hope you feel good. You probably do feel good. Because everybody keep on clipping your video over and over and over again. You're mad messy. And I heard, I heard that you was from New York. So it makes sense that you would be this messy. Anyways, I don't want to see Cam and Mace beefing with Jim Jones. I don't even want to see them beefing at all. I don't want to see none of the New York City OGs beefing. Y'all supposed to be the people that my age look up to. Y'all not supposed to be beefing. At the end of the day, I don't care if Jim Jones was from Brooklyn. I still got love for him. I don't care what nobody say. And at the end of the day, I don't want to hear nothing from this topic no more. I don't want to hear no beef. I don't want to hear nothing. I just want to hear them being fly, talking they talk. That's it. I don't want to hear no beef. I don't like that. Now let's get to the next topic. For the next topic, we're going to be talking about Fabio Foreign and Lil TJ starting problems with the streamer Plaque Boy Max over smoking. Now, Max had a stream with Fabio Foreign who had brought mad heads. Of the mad heads that was there, we had Lil TJ. Max started peeping that Lil TJ was lighting up a spliff, and he told him, listen, bro, alarm is going to go off if you start smoking, and I don't want to pay that fine, so can you just please respect the house? Simple as that. Did you think that it was that simple and that it just ended? No, because we're talking about you New York young folks. Because what do you think happened after that? We get Lil TJ on stream talking his talk, basically saying how he would have paid that fine if it really got to it. And I understand that, but TJ, come on, bro. Like real talk. Let's from one New Yorker to another, bro. If you was in a B&B and you knew that there was no smoking and you abided by those rules, let's say you wasn't trying to pay that, and somebody within your vicinity, matter of fact, forget within your vicinity, somebody that you invited into said B&B didn't respect that. You don't think that they would have the right to feel how they feel at the end of the day? Like, they're the one paying the money. You're the guest. Like, I'm not even trying to be rude, but I'm just being real. Now, obviously, Fabio Foreign and Lil TJ, they got a lot of heat because of their actions. How do you think these two responded? Fabio Foreign had came out with I don't know if this is a diss track or a theme song on Plaque Boy Max. And how did Plaque Boy Max respond?
I'm the real Plaque Boy Max. Plaque Boy Max. Yeah, Plaque Boy Max.
Honestly, shout out to Plaque Boy Max because that's how you respond. That's how you show people that think they could sun you that you really don't care about what they talking about. Respectfully. I saw Fabio Foreign comment under the TikTok and say we should collab. Nah, don't start switching up now. I thought y'all like, come on, bro. I feel like a lot of rappers, they gotta know who to put that bullying stuff on and who not to. Because at the end of the day, like, a streamer represents the normal people. And if you're gonna disrespect somebody that represents the normal people, you're disrespecting the normal people. And the normal people listen to you. So I don't know. I don't want to see them beefing. This is all too stupid to me. All this over a spliff. At the end of the day, I think that Plague Boy Max should put a verse on this song, and it should just all be something positive. And if I was Plague Boy Max, I'll be on Fiverr right now trying to hit up the next graphic designer to make me my new intro. Period, point blank. Now, on our last topic, Academics claims that LeBron James cheated on his wife and that he went on two mans with Drake. This happened on his stream where he claimed that Bron cheats and Drake facilitates. And honestly, in my opinion, I feel like this was kind of a bad move on academics. I'm not going to sit there and be like everybody else and talk crazy about him and say, oh, he's always disrespecting people. He's not a good because I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I don't go on his channel and have some inspiration from some of the topics he talked about to make my own videos. I just do believe that he has to know the worth of the information that he's spreading. At the end of the day, I see a lot of people talking about, oh, why doesn't Drake show academics love? And I feel like this is an example. You have to know what things are worth talking about and what things are not worth talking about, especially when you're trying to maintain a relationship with not just celebrities, but your favorite rapper. Honestly, academics, you need to listen to Chris Blake Griffith, whatever his name is, because he went on your stream and he basically said, don't let Drake trick you out your spot. And that's a fact. Like at the end of the day, you do your thing. You're one of the few journalists that I see with my own very eyes that actually does research on the things that they talking about. So if I was to give my journalistic advice, because I respect you from one journalism person to another, I just say some things are worth talking about than others. And talking about one of the biggest athletes in America cheating on their wife because of one of the biggest rap artists in America? I don't think that's a good look on you, my friend. Anyway, that's really all I have for today. This has been a crazy, crazy, crazy week. I didn't even want to wear green today. Like, I was going to hold that one in. I was going to keep that one a secret, but I did not want to wear green today, especially this hat. Like, listen, I don't got nothing against green. If you like the color green, hey, that's up to you. Because the way society is today, you say you like red, everybody going to assume that you hate gay people because you don't like the other colors of the rainbow. Point is, I did not want to wear green today and support Boston. Like as a true New Yorker, I feel like a betrayer if I have to be real. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be on the lookout for the next one. Like I have always and will continue to say, whenever you have a dream, always involve God. When you're coming outside, always be real. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video because I promise you, with the things I have planned for this up and coming year, I promise you, if you think this is good, if you think me sitting in my room in front of the light in this hard chair is entertaining, then I can only imagine what else you'll find entertaining when I start going into my ventures. All in all, that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and be on the lookout for the next one. Show your girls some love. Make sure you share the video, like the video, comment, do whatever you can. Even if you watch it, that's good enough for me. Thank you. Have a blessed day, and you will see me next time. Mwah.
I couldn't believe it. Soon as I bought my Cuban chick, she called me back. Soon as I iced her up my wrist, she got attached.